Hey everybody, guess what? We're live this morning. I've got BJ with me. He's a familiar face. I'm sure you've seen him in the factory for Funk Soul, and now he's got something new he wants to tell us about. How's it going this morning?
It's going real good. All things considered, it's nice to have something new come about, in the times that we're living in right now.
Right. I think we're all looking forward to something new with so many cancellations and things being put on hold. So the fact that you can tell us about something new is great. We did mention you have Funk Soul, but tell us what's the update on that right now.
Honestly, the food that Funk Soul Brother makes is it takes a village, so to speak, and right now, business wise, it's just not easy to put together and pay for being a small business. It's not easy to pay a crew of people to make that food and serve it and everything. So the Funk Soul Brother is still very much alive and still very much will exist in some form, but it's going to take a reasonable end to this pandemic and all the fear surrounding it. So really, Pinchy's Lobster Company was born out of saying, okay, well, we pivoted. Now, how do we pivot to continue in business and keep our employees working?
Yeah, so you mentioned you've got Pinchies. That's your new project that you're about to roll out very soon. You're not going to tell us exactly when, but hopefully soon.
Well, we will be opening in the Funk Soul Brother space in the factory. We've been doing actually some very sneaky soft openings.
Oh,
We've been just kind of not telling anybody immensely. We've been going ahead and opening up and just serving out some lobster rolls and serving out our we're very excited about our homemade potato chips, and we're doing dips as well. We're doing French onion dip as well as like a beer cheese, and we plan on just kind of continuing the creative thing that you've kind of known us for in that way, and while doing that incredible summertime treat, the lobster roll. And the food truck has been out a few times now. Again,
oh,
sneakily, very, very sneakily.
he's just now telling me all this. So so you're going to open in the food in the Funk Soul area. Tell us. So on the menu, there's going to be lobster rolls. Tell us why you chose that.
Honestly, there's people are looking right now for some sort of treat, something that makes them feel cozy and comfortable, and they want some normalcy, and but a lobster roll, that decadent, incredible. I love the lobster roll because of its kind of juxtaposition between you're putting this incredibly expensive lobster on a cheap white bread with just some butter and chive, and it is one of the most decadent, wonderful things. They're not cheap, but they are
No.
so wonderful. It's an experience, and that's really what it's all about. We do both of the traditional styles in our own non-traditional way, which is kind of what I've always done, so to speak. But we do the warm roll and the cold roll. The warm roll is butter poached lobster with our house seasoning and some fresh chives, and the cold roll is actually dressed in mayo with a little bit of celery, a little bit of our house seasoning, a little bit of chive, and they're both really amazing. And by the way, we use Duke's mayo because we're not heathens.
You're a good southerner.
Yes, that's how I am as southern as they come for somebody who was born and raised in Detroit. So that's the way that goes. But I know my ideals, and I know where I need to land, and that is on Duke's mayo, and I won't hear anything else. Don't come to me with your other stuff, your other names, okay?
We won't even mention them because it's not worth a mention, right?
That's right. That's right.
So tell me about these chips. I love a good homemade chip. How do you do those?
Yes. Well, I can't tell you because it took way too long to come about. But because there's a couple of just some very, very simple secrets that make a potato chip just the most amazing thing. Yeah, simple sliced potato that you've turned into a chip is really, again, something very special. We're looking for simple, but not for simple sake.
Right.
We want nostalgia and homey feeling, and to be perfectly honest with you, it just this lobster roll idea just seems to fit the factory so well. There's so many wonderful things there, so many indulgences in whether it be the artisans that are at the factory or but everybody's doing something really, really well. And so us being able to continue on doing that with Lobster, and we hope it's going to be a cool place where you can sit down, and if you don't want to maybe get a lobster roll, you can get some chips and our dips and a beer. And when we open up, that's kind of the experience we're looking to offer people.
Yeah, you expanded it. What was it, like a couple of years ago? It was like you have a great little like bar area type thing, well, high seating
Yeah,
type area.
we wanted to be a part of the factory so bad, and they offered us this tiny little space, and they were a little sheepish about it. This is kind of all we got open right now, but we'd love to get you in here. And we were like, this is incredible. This is the size of a food truck, which is exactly what we're used to. In my heart, I will always be a food truck guy. And so it's pretty great to have that. But then it went so well when we were doing poke and things like that. And I always like adapting. I always like bringing in more. And they said, well, what would you think about taking on the additional space next to you, knocking down that wall and making your spot bigger? And I mean, that was just such a no-brainer. And to have a little more space, be able to do more things. We still don't have that full kitchen to be able to do all of the exciting things we'd like to do. But, anytime you're doing something that's awesome that doesn't need a full kitchen for, this space in the factory is great for it. And it's cool just to be in it.
Yeah. You've always been, I feel like, a great innovator of food. What was the very first thing? The sushi burrito? Was that it? Am I saying the right thing?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've done a lot of different things, but we've always followed food trends to see what is happening in other places. What are people getting excited about? And then can we make a version of that idea that is true to what we do at Funk Soul Brother, or whatever iteration of that it is. So we started doing the sushi burritos, and people lost their minds. I mean, this was the Instagrammable, craveable thing that everybody was like, we got to get one. Where are you? We have to come find you. And I love that part of food trucks, especially here in Nashville area, where you have to seek it out, where it's a little bit of effort, but when you finally do, it's very exciting, and you have to tell all your friends, and all your friends then are hooked and they want to try it. And to me, that's the most fun of food trucks, when people are so excited, when they're running, when you see them running towards you, and they're like, we finally made it. We've been tracking you down for months, and we finally, connected. And so that's really, really cool.
Yeah. Well, I feel like these lobster rolls are going to be the same thing. So
I hope so.
I can't wait until you open. I love the factory. It's a fun little place if you guys have never been. Like you said, lots of interesting people. I think people who really care about what they're doing.
Community.
Yeah. All right. Pinchies, you have an Instagram you can follow when you're going to open. Is that right?
That's right. Pinchies Lobster Co. So Pinchies Lobster Co. And that's on Facebook and Instagram, which is where we tend to focus our announcements and things like that. If you want to know where the truck is, follow our stories on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you want to just see the cool things we're making and the pictures we take of them, then just give us a follow, and you'll be to us soon enough. We do some rather enticing photography of our foods and things. So.
You won't be disappointed. I've tried almost all your food. It's amazing. So you guys won't be disappointed. Tell me about the name Pinchies before we go.
We had a lot of different ideas, and just the idea of this, there was this thing of picturing a character, the lobster, and he's kind of angry because he's red, and he's unhappy about his lot in life of being so delicious. And so we've actually we're in the process of creating a Twitter personality that isn't unlike some of the fast food places that are a little irreverent in their
like Wendy's.
And so the character Pinchy is going to have his own Twitter account. You'll want to check that out. Unless you get a little faint of heart when things get. We plan on going after some people just to have some fun with it, and hopefully they get the joke and they're on it as well. Other people have been successful using Twitter in that way, so we hope to do it. And we honestly, it's just a fun name. just the idea of trying to make it feel like a lobster roll shack near the beach on a shore in Maine, where you would roll up in June and grab yourself a lobster roll, and maybe that's your family tradition or something like that. We want to hit on those flavors, on those things. And even if you've never done that before, and I will admit that I have not, but I love the idea and I love creating just that feel of it, that special moment of having something simple, amazing, delicious, and seeing us knuckleheads behind the bar serving it to you.
Well, like I said, I can't wait. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. You guys go check it out. I love the idea of the Twitter account. I didn't realize that until now.
We're going to have fun with that. And again, I know that there's going to be some people that are going to bristle a little bit, and hopefully that's just as funny as anything we try and do with our jokes.
Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know when that comes out, because I love following the Wendy's, all those other ones.
Exactly. That's exactly.
We'll get into it with each other.
I don't know if we can hang with Wendy's because they are so quick and so good and so witty, but we're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to know the person who's running that account, or if it's multiple people. That's something I'm really curious about.
It'll be me running that account.
Okay.
I'll take full blame and responsibility for it. I've got fairly broad shoulders. I can handle it. But believe me, this will be one of those ththings where our whole crew will be chiming in, and it'll be what we do when it's too hot on the truck or too cold or whatever. We're like, let's go ahead and get out a tweet on somebody and see if they can handle just being pinched a little bit, just a little pinch.
Just a little.
That's all it is. You know, we're friends here.
It's all good fun.
That's right.
And we're all stuck here, so we can't go to the beach or anything right now. So here we go.
Got to burn off some steam somehow. Do it with a lobster roll and a little irreverent humor.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're sticking around. You found a new way to keep us fed during this crazy time. So you guys go check it out. Pinchies, follow them on Instagram, Facebook. And hopefully I can come by and try one of those. I'll take a picture. I'll take my own picture.
Follow us. We're going to be announcing exactly what's going on very, very soon.
All right. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Donna.